Hey everyone, hope you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel is Finding Value. Today we're going to go through and do our daily technical analysis update of commodities, work our way through the dollar, yields, precious metals, and commodities ETFs that I follow. If you need help with anything, check out finding-value.com. That's where I dive deeper into all these topics and subjects, looking for potential investment opportunities, sharing those opportunities with everyone in the community. I answer your questions on the weekends, either a Saturday or Sunday Zoom call. You don't have to attend. I still answer your questions if you send them to me. And sometimes we have training sessions in the beginning of those for people wanting to learn whatever topic. If you're interested in joining, we do have a special going on. Special is the coupon code. Type in special, and it gets you 50% off the first month only on a monthly membership and a larger discount on the yearly membership. And if you're a monthly and you want to switch to a yearly, no problem. Go ahead and use the code and get some savings. All right, let's dive in, take a look, see what's going on today. So when you see these arrows are what I put in yesterday when I spoke about the markets. So we had a breakout of this resistance level. We had a small down day, and today we've got follow through with a stronger dollar. Stronger dollar and stronger yields generally move in tandem, and that's exactly what we're seeing today. So we're up dramatically on the dollar, 1.36%, and that came from stronger yields. Could we move higher in the short term here? Bouncing off this support level? Completely possible. We could go higher with the dollar with interest rates. Very possible. We've got a strong 2-year yield ripping higher, 2.91%, and that still looks good to move on up. Now, we can do some manipulation of this. I can start moving some of these around, and we can do some fun type of activities here. So we could easily turn this into a potential consolidation falling wedge pattern that looks a little bit different from where I first drew that many, many months ago. Probably maybe even, I probably drew that back in 2024. So I think this could potentially be something that we're squeezing up, and maybe we get a big move higher in interest rates for the 2-year yield. 10-year yield also moving higher, up dramatically today, 2.12%. I've got a bunch of flag patterns that I was showing previously. So this looks very, very good to move on higher. It is doing so, and we have recently broken out of that kind of resistance. You can see that kind of pattern there, and it's broken on out of that thing. So yeah, it looks good to go higher. The 30-year also moving higher. All of this looks bullish from this big buying pressure and then flag pattern and then break. That is what I see. So it looks very, very bullish to continue higher. And then what you want to do is you want to look left. So you're going to have a lot of resistance through here in this general area. And when we break through that, it's game on. There is a lot of resistance at about 4.5%. Vicent has come out and said, hey, look, we get about 4.5%, we're going to QE up. We're going to quantitative ease this thing up, perhaps. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Looking at TLT, bond prices obviously falling. Got lucky and made the correct call there. Moving on down. We've got the 2 and the 10-year yield. This does look like it wants to go higher and move on up, where the yield curve inverts itself again. It reinverts. The slowdown could be here, and then we get another boom upward. We may not pull all the way back down here, guys. A lot of people are calling for this big recession turn where we go down here. I'm not so sure. That's not what I necessarily see in yields. Not saying that I see everything. That's not what I think might happen. I think they're going to print a lot of money. I think they are going to inflate, and I don't think the people who think we're going to see a nominal decline are going to be right. I think we could have a real decline. I don't know if we're going to have a nominal decline. That's a completely different argument than what most people think. I, what most people I think what's coming. TYX TNX ratio dropping a little bit, kind of inverting this curve again. That's not good for gold. The reinversion of the curve, uh, potentially a stronger economy with the tariffs. I don't know what you would say this is. Partially negotiated, maybe partially negotiated for a period of time. um, but yeah, we're pulling on back there. Gold's down $104 an ounce. This is the fear trade, and a little bit of fear maybe coming out of the market. I would still be long gold, and it wouldn't be from tariffs. It wouldn't be from that stuff. It would be from problems with the currency and the debt. We've got silver. Silver's well poised here. I don't see a ton of selling pressure these past couple of days. I think it looks good. I don't like seeing this and then struggling to get back up to a resistance. That's generally a bearish formation. But we don't have a ton of selling pressure here. So is this an excuse with the tariff stuff coming out? Was that just an excuse to absolutely hammer silver? Kind of looks like it. I'd like to see some follow through if silver is going to move on up here in the short term. Could we pull on back to here? We could. That is definitely still in the cards. What's coming next? That's the big question mark. Don't know. If I were to guess and I didn't know anything, I would say that this is going to pull back based off this candlestick here. If I didn't use any news or anything, that would be a bearish formation. But I don't see selling pressure here, which makes me think that these 2 days were somebody was in there, put it that way. We've got platinum also down 2.4% today. This is still squeezing in that big pattern. So yeah, I think it's going to go higher. We have cut that, and the reason is we're underneath the cost curve. Palladium down about 4% today, probably doing a return move, doing a retest move. So we're down 3.92%, down to 943, and this is probably a breakout retest. Boop, boop, boom. So this is actually the spot that I'd be looking. XAU to gold ratio down 4.33. We saw a lot of selling pressure in the gold and silver mining companies in relationship to gold. That's where it's coming from. So the miners got sold off quite heavily today. And the ratio is still in no man's land. GDX is down 7.44%. Is it a reversal candlestick? No, it is not. That is not a reversal. They gapped it lower and then it sold off. I'm going to keep this here. We'll see if this is just a retest and if we can regain. GDXJ down 8%. But again, this moved up, and that's not a reversal candlestick. Yeah, it's a nasty day today, but I think we might be all right. We'll see if there's follow through. And then SILJ, it's right underneath resistance. This is a big block of resistance support. All this trading going on in here. We're trying to get out of it. We haven't successfully done that, and we're just underneath with a little bit of selling pressure today, down 4.87%. I still think it's going to go higher. We've got crude oil. It started the day pretty dang strong, but we did get some selling pressure throughout the day. You can see pre-market, people were getting pretty jiggy with it, coming on up, and then we sold off slowly throughout the day. Still looks okay. We'll see if we get follow through throughout here. Looks like we are trying to break higher here. It looks like we got a little bit of a falling wedge going on here. So that doesn't look too bad in the short term. We could easily go higher in the very, very, very short term. But a little bit of momentum lost throughout the day with that big wick at the top. And I'm going to leave this up here. I think we're still going to go higher. We very well could bounce around a little bit, do something like that before going higher, or maybe we just continue to launch. The short term, I don't know what the short term looks like, guys. So if you hear me say, well, maybe, yeah, that's what the short term is. It's a bunch of maybes. In the long term, we're going to launch here. We're going to launch, and we'll clear 140 or 120 here ish, and then we'll clear up here 140, 150. We'll probably go multi-$100 oil. Probably $300, $400, $500, $600 oil, and it deals with the denominator. the US dollar. TTF gas up 1.5% today, up against a little bit of resistance. We'll see if we can punch through. You can see the resistance in the wick there. We bounced off a little bit of resistance there. Natural gas in America, again, we're up against resistance. We're down 3.72%. Your resistance is right through that general area. Got to bust through that trend line. That's the trend line I'm talking about and get above it. It might take a little bit of time. We got XOP, yeah, you know me, ripping it, baby. 3.73%. Now, I took this fractal, that one, which is the falling portion, flipped it or mirrored it. So this was mirrored over. And it's almost identical if you were to line up this bottom here. This thing is dang near identical to how it fell. And that is what would be the path if we start to move on higher there. Of course, I grab that. Shoulder, head, shoulder, and a potential big move higher. If you do it on logarithmic, you get some pretty crazy estimates. $840 eventually. It would work its way up probably towards the late 2020s, early 2030s. That would be my guess. And it'd be one heck of a breakout. You've got a lot of resistance through here. So we could draw that across and you'll probably hit it like this, something like that. We've got OIH up 4%, looking pretty good today, 4% move. It wasn't a big, strong follow-through day, though. We lost some momentum, so we had a very, very strong start to this move. Look at the gap higher here. Very strong start, and then we kind of just leaked off a little bit and then held steady. So momentum is sideways. Broke the downtrend here, this kind of falling wedge. We're just tracking sideways at this exact short-term real moment. I really would like to see us reclaim the 260-ish level up here and get above that. Otherwise, we could come up and roll over. That is something we need to watch out for. Newcastle coal futures, they look pretty good. I think this looks good. We're working our way on up, moving on higher above support. And that support level, again, is above that. Looks good. Sprott Physical Uranium Trust, ripping it, baby, ripping it, up 4%. Now, I guessed this, so maybe we got a little bit lower, but it's going to turn higher. Well, sometimes I don't get what I want. The short term is real hard to get exactly right, but I do think we're going higher. And today we went higher, 4.18%, looking good. The next target is to get out of this flag pattern and then start ripping it, which I think it will. So what we did, big long-term view, we had a big base, we accumulated underneath resistance, broke out of the resistance there. Here's your retest. I would have purchased the retest. What I would have done. It's what I did do in some things. In this corner there, I didn't buy this one, but some of the equities look pretty dang good. So that looks good. Uranium futures pricing continuing higher, looking good. That looks fantastic. It's the same thing, guys. It's the same chart. Your big base, almost like a shoulder, head, shoulder deal going on. Breakout. If you look at it from the longer, bigger picture view, we get a projected price of about $200. So yeah, $200 is probably coming in our future for this. So that looks good for the uranium futures pricing. We've got URA working its way on up a little bit, 0.5%. I'm not going to say this is the most bullish candlestick today, but it's working its way on up. URNM up a little bit, 2.5, and URNJ was down 1%. I still think we're going higher though in the short to medium term. We'll see. We might get a little pullback, but we'll see. Nickel up 0.9%, and it's trying to work its way on up. But right now we're sitting next to some strong selling pressure there. So we might consolidate for a little bit before heading higher. We've got copper down 0.66%. We hit some resistance. So what we're doing now, I'm going to take this out because we're going to bounce around here. We're going to probably bounce around between support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance, and at some point we're going to break. No one has the clarity of exactly when it will punch out of this thing. There could be news, there could be an inventory release, there could be, who knows, doesn't matter. Copper, COPX punching higher, up 2.7%. Looks good. Nothing wrong with it. This looks good to go higher. Do I have what is this? Is this here, let's do this. We're going up. We've got lithium looking very good. We're up 3.72%. And I've got the upper candlestick there. That's looking good. We've got REMX also up about 2%, looking good to go higher. We are breaking through a little bit of resistance through here and starting to gap away from it. But again, we've got a lot of resistance ahead of us. When I look at these things, I'm going to put it kind of in this general area here. What we have is a double bottom. And this bottom, since it's a little bit lower here, it's actually could be a slingshot where we slingshot out of here, which is good. Which is good. We've got iron ore squeezing up, still doing the squeeze thing. There it is in this little pattern. And I do think it'll break higher. We've got aluminum up 2.23%. Now, this is a bearish flag pattern. It doesn't mean that every pattern is a legit pattern, but right now it's still down. We got some selling pressure resistance there. There's still some selling pressure there. But this candlestick or this arrow heading down, we'll see what happens here. Baltic Dry Index down slightly, and I've got it in this consolidation. Yeah, it's looking pretty good in that consolidation as a guess. We've got emerging markets up 2%, even with a strong dollar. That's kind of pretty strong. We also broke through a lot of resistance through here. See a lot of that resistance coming across here? So it's gapping higher. That looks pretty good. Moo up 1.09%, starting to come off away from resistance. This looks fantastic. Hey, I've got the upper arrow. We'll put it over here and see what happens here. KRE up 4.6%, looking good. To move on. Oh, there it is, moving on up. We've got XHB up 4.6%. That also looks good. It's broken the downtrend. Up, up, up. We've got Russell 2000 up, up, up. This is from previous daily updates. SPX up. We're starting to break through some resistance. That's good that we got through that. Now, how did they break that through resistance? Release news. Push the market higher. Pump, pump, pump. Trump is pumping. Dissent's pumping. They're pumping it, baby. Jay Pow isn't in this. Pow is over there. He's going to raise interest rates. But we got the pumpers. The pumpers are pumping. And then the NASDAQ's up 4.35. We got some work here. Dissent's got to release some more information. He's got to say that they're going to have talks with China, but not actually hold any talks, but then come out and say that he's going to have some talks. That's what's going on there. SMCI up about 5%, doing the double bottom thing. That actually doesn't look too bad. And then NVIDIA also breaking out from its downtrend. Pump, 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 pump. There we go. Pump, pump, pump. BTC down 2%. What's going on here? How come they're not pumping this? I thought we were going to go to a central bank digital currency. Aren't we going to do that? Oh, that's right. We're at resistance. There we are. Resistance. And let's see if we can break through it. We can break through it. Maybe we can move this down here too. Maybe it's a big channel there. I'll move it. But we're at resistance there. We've got Ethereum working higher. Still looks good. These are two small candlesticks. Think of it as a flag pattern or pennant formation, whatever the heck it wants to form here. It doesn't matter to me. It's bullish. It'll be some sort of flag or pennant formation. MicroStrategy down a little bit. A little bit of a potential consolidation candlestick here. We could head a little bit in the down or sideways in the short term with MicroStrategy here. And then the VIX is down 16%. We got to get this lower here. Dissent is on it. Plunge protection team, get on it now. So that's what we've got for today, guys. Give me a thumb up for the content. Subscribe to the channel. Subscribe to the website. I'll release a midweek update on Wednesday for everyone, sharing my opinions on the market for individual companies. And again, if that sounds interesting to you and how to play all this, definitely sign up. Use that special coupon code. And that's all I've got for today. So we'll catch you next time. This is Finding Value.